Happy February, everyone. Hey, Valentine's Day will be here almost before you know it. So I thought we'd whip up this cute little runner in Electric Quilt. So we're going to learn how to design a block, how to design a motif, how to use lettering, and how to set it all up and create this wonderful little table runner in Electric Quilt 8. So let's get started. So we're going to open up Electric Quilt, and the first thing we're going to do is design some blocks, and we're going to go into the block work table, and we are going to do a simple pieced block first. So under new block in the tab, we're going to choose pieced, and we're going to do easy draw. I've set my table up for a 12-inch square, but any size square you want to use, this will work for it. I've set my blocks at 12 inches for this cute little table runner. Okay, first thing we're going to do is choose our line tool, and we're going to draw a crosshatch for our center point. So left click, drag over, and release. And our lines snap onto the end points because we have our snapping options turned on. And then we're going to create the O first all. So start at the 8-inch and go down to the 4-inch, release, click again on 8-inch and drag, hold, and release. And again at the 4-inch mark, we're just dragging 2 inches away from those lines. So click, hold, and release, and left click on your mouse, hold, and release. Okay, we've done the inside now, or the outside. Now let's do the inside. So we're going to go 2 inches in on that horizontal line and 2 inches down. If you go a little bit beyond this, don't worry. Once you release, it snaps. Our points snap. So click and release. Click and release. So there we've drawn our first block of the X's and O's. So let's go color it. So go to the color tab, and we're under fabric tools. I'm just using the default fabrics. We're going to click on this red fabric and click, 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 coloring in our block. Then I'm going to switch over to the solid colors, and I already have one selected. We'll do one a little bit darker so you can see in this video. And so I'm using a solid color, a solid pink here, and just filling in the background of my O. And that's it. That's all it takes to design the O of my X's and O's. And don't forget to add this block to your project page. Then we'll go up and we'll start a new block. Again, pieced and easy draw. I've already saved this one, and this time we're going to do that same center crossing at the 6-inch center point. Okay, now this time we're going to start up here on the 2 inches, go down to the center, 2 inches above that horizontal center line, release, click and drag, release, click and drag 2 inches from the vertical line. And so we're starting 2 inches away from the corner and away from the center. Go up, click, drag, release, click, drag, release, click, drag, release, and click, drag, and release. And again, we'll go to color using those same colors. Color in the X in the center, and then to our solid color. Clicking on each one, and there we go. Again, save your block to your or to your sketchbook. Next, we're going to select the quilt work table, We're going to select the horizontal design. On the layout, I'm going to, and this is the default quilt that always shows up, so you've got some quick starts to go with. I'm going to choose 1 horizontal and 4 vertical. We can change that block size to 12 inches. If you click on keep width and height, you won't have to set each one separately. It'll change the width and the height together. Okay, there we have 12 inches. We're ready to go design. I'm going to leave the borders as they are, and we're going to set block. And we'll go to the blocks tool and select our X block, place them simply by moving over to the quilt top. Then we'll select our O's, hugs and kisses, and there we go. We have the X's and O's. And now, in order to get that heart motif in the center, we need to return back to the block work table. We're going to do a new block. We're going to go under Applique, and we just want the heart motif. We're going to click no, and under our shapes, we're going to choose that little heart shape, and then you'll just need to go over to your table and draw out a heart. Let's modify that a little bit. So I want to edit that. I want to reshape that heart just a little bit. I'm clicking, holding, and dragging. Of course, you can, let me center this a little bit. Centered in block. And when you're on the edit tool, you get these little handlebars. You can reshape your heart by dragging, clicking, and dragging on those. You see that reshapes both sides of your heart just a tiny bit. You can click on either one. Just make sure that you change the same on both sides. And let's go to color. We're going to choose that red, and then we'll save that in our project sketchbook. Let's go back to the quilt work table. Now we've saved it as a motif, so it's not here in our blocks. So we're going to go to the motifs. There's our heart, and we need to be on layer 2. Looks like this is cut off in the video, but there are tabs down below, lower on your workspace. You want to go to layer 2. We've been working on layer 1. Okay, and we're going to add this motif. Simply drag it over and place it, and drag it over and place it. It came out a little big, but that's okay. We can adjust it. And reshape it. When you get the little cross in the middle, it means you can drag that around. And let's do the same to this one. Click on it, make it a little bit smaller, and then drag it into position. Okay, let's set 2 more blocks, 2 more hearts. And back to adjust, resize them. Just click on the little corner and that'll resize, shrink down your block. So we want to recolor that. Go to your fabric tools on the ribbon, and we want to change that pink one back to red. On the O's, we'll use the paintbrush tool and we'll change this one and this one. So we have pink, pink and red and pink and red. And now we want to use the text tools. We want to set some text on this. So select set text and you see the instructions down here. If you forget any of this, hold the shift key as you drag a small box over the quilt to start typing. So remember that there's always little hints here to help you along. I'll drag my box. I've selected this Arial black typeface. And it is going to, I'll go back to adjust. We'll grab it and reposition it. If you want to resize it, just grab on one of the corner boxes. So there we are. So continue on as you would do. Go ahead and set text for all 4 hearts. You can go back to the fabric tools and color in your quilting borders and you should get something. I'll show you the quilt that I finished like this. And we don't want to save that one. So there is my cute little quilt. If you'd like to view it without the lines, there is what it would look like, similar to what it's going to look like when you sew it out, and then you can apply quilting designs to it. Don't forget to print out your blocks and your shapes and your fabric tools, your fabric requirements. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick little Valentine's video. Don't forget to join us at any of the digital quilting bee. I have a message board. If you don't belong to Facebook, if you belong to Facebook, we have the Digital Quilting Bee Facebook group for EQ, Electric Quilt users, and for Quilt Pro. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've enjoyed this. Sign up so you can be notified of any future videos that take place. Find out more if you're a beginner and want to learn more about electric quilt. I have classes on my website, and drop me a line, kksews@kksquiltstudio.com. I'd love to hear from you. So until we meet next time, I wish you happy quilting.